I am healing.
I am healed.
I am healed.
I am whole.
I am whole.
Okay, now you're going to inhale through your nose.
I am healing. I am healed. I am whole.
Sometimes I wish I did pray as a person. You know what I mean? Like,
you could just meditate. It's the same thing.
Yeah. All right. Hey, everybody. We're meditating. So we are ready to talk about Corey Taylor, child abuse, and Slipknot. So, full disclosure, Mason and I, we already did one Slipknot song, but I'm going to release that after. Because after that song, it got me going about this band and what it means to people. And particularly, I wanted to get into, we're talking about doing a deep dive. I got to get behind the mask, to pardon that really cheesy expression that a lot of people have used, I'm sure. But it's real. I mean, for me, and I think Mason might agree, because we talked a little bit about this, the masks kind of separate us from the artist as far as like our connection to their music. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I mean, And I don't know enough about Slipknot and their background and everything, and I would assume that that's kind of intentional, right? There's and it's not even just in music; it's in a lot of things. You hear people talking about when they're gearing up to do something big, putting on the game face, and it's almost like putting on the mask and the facade and whatnot. But yeah, it definitely gives a little bit of separation from us and the artist. And
yeah, I
would argue there's good and bad to that.
But for me as a music fan, I am really looking for that human connection with the songwriter in particular that I'm listening to. So I wanted to dive deep on Corey Taylor, the lead singer of Slipknot. As my brother said to me recently, one of the best rock vocalists of all time. This is to James and I, Hetfield is our rock god as far as metal. Corey Taylor seems to be a Hetfield-esque figure to a lot of people. And so I really wanted to dive deep into who he was, who he is, what is he about, and try to recontextualize these songs. I have found a very, very interesting deep dive into his past and his mindset. It is a therapy session with Corey Taylor. He's going to talk about his childhood. He's going to talk about what it means to put on the mask and what this music means.
I am healing. I am healed. I am whole.
First of all, how weird is it to see him without the mask on?
It's weird. It's just like I haven't processed that that's Corey Taylor yet.
My name is Dr. Siri Satnam Singh, and I'm a licensed therapist. This week I'm sitting down with a Grammy Award-winning heavy metal artist who is still processing abuse from his childhood and how it impacts him as a father. He's the lead singer of Slipknot and Stone Sour. This is Corey Taylor.
Woo!
It's the only thing that slowly stops the ache. But it's made of all the things I have to take. Jesus never lands, it works its way inside. If the pain goes on,
been reading some of your lyrics. They really are very moving.
Oh, thank you.
For a therapist, I would be concerned, though.
Well, yeah.
The Devil and I.
That song in particular is one of those things where it was like I had to write that song to be able to figure out how I was dealing with the death of my friend.
So real quick, the bassist, he died of a morphine and fentanyl overdose in 2010.
Lose people in violent tragedy. It's a scar that never heals. It becomes septic, and all of a sudden, everything in your life is polluted by it.
We have an addiction to light in this culture. This is dark.
Yeah.
And I always say the divine is also in the dark.
All of my tattoos they deal with that. They deal with the duality, because you can't have that dedication to good without admitting the fact that there is darkness.
I had hypotheses that you masked yourself in your childhood. So you have taken your childhood experience and found another one where it's being personified.
Yeah. The situation I was in when I was a kid was difficult. Just dealing with abuse, moving around a lot, so I really tried to mask it and overcompensate by just running emotionally, mentally. I didn't want to deal with a lot of things, so.
It was just you and Mom, right?
It was me, my mom, and my sister. We didn't have any money, and there was no real protection from a lot of the things that we were being exposed to.
Such as?
Domestic violence, especially against women, especially against us. So there was really no sense of safety. There's something that comes with being able to identify with a certain place and a certain room and a certain safety that comes with it, my bedroom was everything from a closet to a bathtub. So in a lot of ways, I had to adapt quickly. It made you hyper tentative, hyper protective. And I don't know. It was
also contained within yourself, because you had no safety. You couldn't share.
Yeah.
So you had to hold a lot in.
Yeah.
And it had to go somewhere.
Yeah, so containing it in himself, I think that's a good spot to get into the song.
Okay.
So here we go. Slipknot, The Devil and I believe this came out in 2015.
All right.
Here we go. Intro.
I definitely like the intro. It's weird. It's maybe I'm just projecting a little, but it's like the guitar riff was almost Metallica-esque, but like a key lower.
Exactly what I thought.
You know what I mean?
Exactly what I thought. I was like, because the tempo is not that outrageous. It's fairly in tune with the kind of metal that we tend to listen to.
Yeah.
And just that little breakdown, that boom,
Yeah.
boom. Like, I could picture that on And Justice for All very easily, you know?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right.
That part sounds very Metallica to me.
Yeah.
Undo these chains, my friend. I'll show you the rage I've hidden. Perish the sacrament. Swallow, but nothing's forgiven. You and I can't decide which of us was taken for granted. Make amends. Some of us are destined to be outlived.
Right. So before the chorus explosion that I kind of
which-
hear coming.
Yeah. It's like building up to it.
It's building up to something. Man, I'm digging that.
Yeah.
It's got atmosphere, and instead of just rocking, there's some really good atmosphere on the guitar tone,
Yeah.
which I'm not used to hearing with this band much.
Yeah.
His voice sounds pretty damn good, I think.
Yeah. You know, I think his clean voice, as we call it, is you know, on point here, and I really like
Yeah.
it. And I think what's gonna make or break this song for me is what's gonna happen right after we hit the unpause button. Because
okay.
what usually does it in for me with the Slipknot songs is when they hit the heavy parts of their songs, is it's like I either like it or I hate it. And
Yeah.
that's usually what does it. But like this song has a very not Slipknot feel to it. You know, which
Yes.
I would argue is a good thing, because it shows. We've talked about this with other, you know, we've talked about this a bit on the channel a bit in the past, is it shows growth, right? You know, it's still
Yeah.
Slipknot, but it's a new twist on it. It's a new spin. And so I'm kind of intrigued by it.
All right. Well, buckle up. Here we go.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Was taken for granted. Make amends. Some of us are destined to be out.
Really building the tension.
Step inside. See the devil alive. Too many times we've let it come to this.
I like this.
See the devil alive. You realize I'm not your devil anymore. Under the words of men, something is
I think we're gonna like this one, man. That was pretty good.
This is, for me, this is like the rare Slipknot song that I neither love nor hate. I'm kind of middle of the road, and I'm really torn
that's
about
funny.
it. Some of the things that I like about it, I like typically when I really like a Slipknot song, the guitars kind of fade into the background and they're not as prominent, but I don't really care that they're not as prominent. The guitar in this one is much more prominent,
Yeah.
but I'm just kind of
Yeah.
like overall as a song, I'm just not as feeling it. But the guitars are there, which is what I've always bitched about in other Slipknot songs, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's weird. It's like
Yeah,
they finally gave me what I wanted, and I'm like, nah, fuck it, go back.
Yeah, fuck it. Where's the chaos? I want the
Yeah.
chaos. Let's keep it going. Let's see if it
All right.
grows on you. I'm all in. This is fucking great so far. All right, here we go.
tempting the Father. Where is your will, my friend? Insatiates never even bother. You and I are on the right
So thinking about how this relates to the death of their bass player, because initially, if I hadn't known that context, I would think this is more about Corey Taylor's personal, devil inside.
I'm failing to see that connection.
Yeah,
so
well,
maybe
there's lots of references to his friend. Like the song starts with "Undo these chains, my friend.
Yeah,
I'll show you the rage I've hidden." It seems like he's singing it to his friend who passed away, the bass player in the band. And the chorus is "Step inside, see the devil and I," and then he says, "Too many times we've let it come to this." I think he's kind of saying like, I'm struggling too. We should have been there for each other. If you'd reached out, I could have been there more for you. You didn't have to go through that alone. Maybe that's, without knowing more context, that's the best I can come up with. So it's best I can do. Yeah. Slipknot fans, help us out. We need help.
Your station is abandoned. Fooled you 'cause I know what you've done. Sensation, deprivation, shivered when you turn on everyone.
There's Slipknot aggression.
Yeah. Talk about that in a minute.
So step inside, see the devil and I. Too many times we let come to this. Step inside, see the devil and I know you found your answers in me.
Why is that dog hurting him?
See the devil and I.
The video is interesting.
Yeah.
I would just like to first personally apologize to Corey Taylor. I just watched a little bit of a therapy session, and I'm about to just start saying how much I don't like your music, and I do apologize for that. But yeah, the where they finally built it up and went all Slipknot on us. This is the Slipknot I don't like. It's fast, it's heavy, and it's hard, and that's this last point that gets me is it's just senseless. It's just. But the second thing is okay. I'm in this context watching this music video, trying to like dissect the song at the same time. Maybe if I watch the music video a few more times, I might dive into this more or realize I'm full of it. But it almost looks like each member of the band is being tortured in a different way, and as it relates to their mask. And I'm like, oh wow, I wonder if they all are like, these are the things that I'm afraid of personally, and it's being personified as someone messing with me via the mask that I wear. Because like I remember the one guy tore it off and he was all bloody and stuff underneath. The other one with the nose has got like the bird on it. And I almost want to like watch this video 4 more times then look up each of the members and see if they're kind of all sharing a little bit of themselves in the video.
Yeah, I think I wonder if they're trying to all personify their own devil inside them.
Yeah.
So with the guy who's getting mauled by the dog, maybe he feels like in his darkest moments he feels like a pit bull. With the guy who's kind of like tearing himself apart, maybe he feels like he's just too, I don't know, like too harsh on himself or something.
Or
I don't know.
Or one thing I like maybe he's feeling that he's worn the mask so long there's no difference between him and the mask, and he's become the thing he was pretending to be good. To escape.
So step inside, see the devil and see the devil and
I like this part a lot.
I would never hear it. So.
himself on fire and hung himself. Which member was that who did that at the end?
Yeah.
And did I see like Corey had several different masks in this video? I swear it changed. So my thoughts on it is I liked it. I liked it a lot. I think I totally agree with you on the heaviest part of the song.
Yeah.
It loses me.
I guess this is my love-hate relationship with Slipknot. Is when I love the songs is when they do that part of the song to the way that I tend to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So when they whiff on it, it's just like, then what the hell am I listening to Slipknot for? You know what I mean? Like, when they miss it, it ruins the whole song for me.
I'd like to finish off with letting Corey Taylor finish his thought about this song before we move on to the next section.
I feel bad about shitting on the song, so letting Corey have the last word, I think it's the thing that we have to do. So
we have to do it.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Yeah.
So you had to hold a lot in.
Yeah.
And it had to go somewhere.
Drugs.
What were your drugs in the past? What were they?
I was a speed freak when I was a kid. Yeah, like I could stay up and I could run and I could go and I could do these things, and in a way it almost kind of evened me out. Yeah, like I could think.
Because you were maybe depressed?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very much
depressed.
so. When I was 17, I had OD'd for the second time. I was at a party, and there was a lot of different things flying around. The last thing I remember taking was cocaine, and then all of a sudden I was waking up in a dumpster. All my friends were gone.
Literally a dumpster.
Yeah.
With trash and garbage.
Yeah, what I think happened was
Holy
they thought I
shit.
was dead. And you can't call them friends, really.
No,
I mean, it
you
was,
can't.
so that was like the defining moment for me. And that's when I moved. This was in Waterloo, Iowa, where my mom and my sister lived. And I moved to Des Moines to live with my grandmother, to break that cycle, to get away from it, to start new.
So that's going to be it for
Wow.
this one. This gets heavier, by the way. All right, so that's it. Check us next episode.
All right.
We'll do some more deep dive, y'all. Bye-bye.
Gotta do your thing.